Melody, come on in. Hi, Miss Block. What on earth do you have there? What do you mean? This is my bow. I tightened it when I practiced last week. Come on in. I think we better have a lesson on the bow. Hi, I'm Ellen from Melbourne Masterclasses, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how to tighten and loosen the bow hair, and ideally how tight you should tighten the hair. Too often I see students walk into their lesson, they unpack their violin and they get their bow straight out and the hair is really tight and they never loosened it from the last time that they were playing. Every time we put our bow back in the case, we need the hair to be really, really, really loose, and you'll notice that it's almost touching the stick, and that's how loose we want it. So the next thing that I want to take a look at is the natural curve that we have happening in our bow. So the stick is dipping down towards the bow hair, and we always want to maintain that natural curve in the bow. This point is very, very, very important because I'm going to keep referring to it throughout this video. Together with our bow, what we're going to do is have a go at tightening and loosening our bow. Okay, so for those playing along at home, the direction of your bow is going to be opposite to mine. So your bow is going to be in this direction, okay? And my bow is going to be pointing in this direction. Can you all give me a thumbs up with your left hand? Now remember, your left is different to my left. It's the opposite mirror thing. So your left is different to mine. Thumbs up with your left hand. And can you place your left hand on the stick of the bow, down sort of towards the frog and the heel of the bow? Next thing we're going to do is to move our right hand from our bow hold down towards the screw, and we're going to pinch or clamp the screw just here. The biggest question that I get asked at this point from students is, but how do you know what way is tight and what way is loose? And I tell them, turn away and we're ready to play. Turn to me and we let the bow be. So again, that was turn away, so we're turning away from us in this direction. That's going to tighten your bow hair. And turning back towards yourself, back this way, that's going to loosen the bow hair. Turn away, we're ready to play. Turn to me, we let the bow be. Okay, so now what we're going to do is have a go at tightening our bow together. So we're going to turn the screw away from us. And as we do this, you will notice that the stick gets straighter and straighter and straighter. And when this is happening, the gap between the stick and the hair is getting wider and wider and wider. This is really important to note because if our stick gets too straight or starts to curve outwards like our bow and arrow, we know that we've tightened it too much. Okay, so like we said at the beginning, we always want to maintain the natural curve of the bow with the stick dipping slightly down towards the hair, just like that. It's like if we ourselves are asked to do something that we don't feel comfortable with or that doesn't feel natural to us. It can put us under a lot of extra pressure, a lot of extra tension, make us feel really nervous. The same applies for our bow. If we're tightening our bow too much and, the stick becomes straight or starts arching the opposite way against the natural curve, then over time, that can do a lot of bad damage. The bow can warp, which means that the bow ends up changing its natural shape, which in turn can affect the type of sound that it's making, and that's really what we don't want. So you're probably asking, how tight is tight enough? And it's a very good question. I've got a couple of ways that we can check the tension on our bow. So after we've wound the screw away from us and we think we're at our desired tension, we can use a pencil to check here. Now, when you put the pencil in between the hair and the stick, there should be a lot of room, nice and free like this, at the heel and at the tip. Lots of room. However, in the middle, the stick and the hair should be hugging that pencil quite closely. Okay, so lots of room at the tip, lots of room at the heel, but in the middle, if we put that pencil in the middle, it should be hugging the pencil. Another way is to rest our bow on the strings on our instrument, and with our index pointer finger here, we are going to try and push the stick of the bow down towards the hair and the instrument strings, just like this. So we'll be putting a fair amount of force through this first finger here, pushing the stick all the way down. Now, the stick shouldn't touch the bow hair or the instrument strings. If it does, your bow is not tight enough. And if you're finding that the stick of your bow is not getting anywhere near the hair or the strings, your bow is done up too tight. So check the natural curve, loosen it off a little bit, and press the stick down towards the string. So it should be very close to touching, but not quite. So there you have it. I hope you found this video somewhat useful. If you have, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to the Melbourne Masterclasses YouTube channel. And in the meantime, happy practicing, and I'll see you next time. I can't work it. I can't work it. Oh, that is so funny.